To the audience, the viewers, Metro department heads and personnel, Budget and Finance Committee members, and Metro Council members, welcome to the second day of the fiscal year 2018-2019 Council budget hearings for the operating budget. I also want to take this opportunity to publicly thank the Director of Finance, Ms. Lomax O'Neill, and her team and Council staff for working diligently to ensure that we have our materials. Remember, today we will be discussing the operating budget only per rule. Also, as it relates to so that council members were all on the same accord, we're going to be utilizing a SharePoint this budgetary cycle, and that's where questions and answers will be stored on a repository. You will not be able to answer or respond directly on this SharePoint. It's just simply a repository to capture your questions and answers and communications as it relates to respective departments throughout the budgeting process. And with that said, I would like for, I believe we have up first is state trial courts, if you can come on down. And in consideration of time, I want to let council members know that Budget and Finance Committee members will be recognized first. And if time is permitting, other council members will also be recognized. And I know in prior years you've had questions such as if you were satisfied with the mayor's budget, but with the understanding that we're operating under a status quo budget, if you could just entail what that means as it relates to the operations for your respective area. And just for the viewing audience, if you can provide a brief synopsis of the services that you provide to the city, and the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilmember Virtue, Chair Virtue. I'm Joe Binkley Jr. I'm presiding judge of the Davidson County Trial Courts. To my right is Trial Court Administrator Tim Townsend, and to my left is Deputy Court Administrator and Finance Officer for the State Trial Courts, Joe Werner. We continue to operate within the budgetary mandates set forth by the Council and the Mayor. For the upcoming fiscal year, we have proposed and has been accepted by everyone a status quo budget with no modifications. The state trial courts is also prepared to return to the general fund as directed by the Finance Department the sum of $217,000. And the mayor's proposed budget is one we can live with and operate efficiently and effectively with that budget. We are state trial court judges. There are 18 of us, and we are the 20th judicial district in the state of Tennessee. And the 20th judicial district remains one of the busiest, if not the busiest, judicial district in the state. Last year, our courts disposed of over 18,000 cases. Approximately 60% of those cases were civil, 40% were criminal. We continue to move cases through the system as quickly as we possibly can, and we're constantly analyzing our caseload for all of the 18 state trial courts to assure that our resources align with the needs of the public. We have three challenges facing the state trial courts that continue to be our primary challenges, and that's orders of protection dockets that are continuing to grow, courthouse security, and court interpreters. We are working with the Sheriff's Office to upgrade the security cameras in this building and in the Birch building. Also, the private security contract is ending in June, and a new contract will need to be approved. And we have an ever-increasing need for court interpreters for those who do not speak English, and it is an increasing challenge. Over the past 2 years, we needed interpreters for 29 different languages or dialects. And on many days, our court interpreters are so busy, and they're needed in so many different courts at the same time that many times the court processes are delayed because the interpreters are so busy. We have that much work for interpreters. So we thank you for your time, and we look forward to continuing to do a good job for our city and our state. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Binkley. Are there any questions for council members? Councilman Cooper.
Thank you all for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you. Just thought if you would comment a little bit about case backlog, time to trial, the expeditious nature of the system and where you all think you are and where you need to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Cooper. We don't have a backlog. People ask me that, people who are not associated, non-lawyers, ask me all the time, how bad is your backlog? I say, we have no backlog. And they, what? All we hear about the courts are all backlogged. I said, well, I think that has to do a lot with the federal court system, where they can't get the new federal appointees approved, and so they're lacking on a number of judges to take care of the business in the federal system. But we are in good shape, and we truly are. And thank you for that question. That gives us an opportunity to brag.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing no other council members seeking recognition, thank you so much, Judge Binkley.
Thank you.